Thank
you. All right, John, the USS George Washington arriving in the Middle East to replace the Abraham Lincoln after more than 270 days at sea. All of this coming as President Trump launches an economic D-Day pressure campaign against Iran. Let's bring in General Joseph Votel, former CENTCOM commander and retired four-star general. General, welcome to you. Good to have you here. First to this new U.S. carrier strike group, which has arrived there in the Middle East. This as there were some reports of concerns and questions. Secretary Pete Hegseth sharply criticized a lot of the media reporting around that. But there was reports of health struggles and supply issues aboard the Lincoln. Your thoughts as this new U.S. carrier strike group arrives there in the Middle East?
Yeah, thanks, Sandra. Good to be with you. Well, as the president kind of launches into this kind of economic strategy that we're orchestrating against Iran, really trying to financially strangle them and, of course, use economic coercion on all those that are supporting them, being able to continue to have credible military capability in the Middle East is going to be really important. And so the arrival of the George Washington, I think, is a good example of that. We're going to have to be prepared because this is going to probably take some time to continue to bring forces into the region. We want them to be at a high level of readiness. We want them to be able to enforce the blockade and then be prepared to do the other things that may be necessary to back up this economic strangulation strategy.
Fair enough. Meanwhile, to this pressure campaign, what tools are left in the toolbox? This is President Trump yesterday talking to FBN's Ed Lawrence about new sanctions on Iran. Listen.
Well, we have things that we could sanction. We have very draconian sanctions, and we'll see what happens. Right now, the strait is open. A lot of boats are coming through. People aren't reporting that, and that may slow down a little bit at some point. But right now, a lot of boats are coming through. The naval blockade has been extremely effective.
How much more has to be done to where Iran is, reached a point of no return when it comes to their economic might?
Right. So, I think what has to happen is we have to demonstrate the ability to virtually go after every dollar that is supporting the regime. And this means we have to be prepared to go after banks and businesses and governments that are providing the support. We have to address the oil smuggling, the currency swaps, the cash transfers, the ship registries, all the other gray zone activities that are taking place that are keeping this government in Iran in place. And I think what that requires is not just this military sustainment that we talked about, but it requires real strong collaboration across the U.S. government. It requires good communication and planning with our partners, not only in the region, but internationally. And importantly, I think it means we're going to have to exercise some patience with this. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some time. So we have to have some political patience in this. And I think that starts with making sure that we continue to articulate a very clear message about what we're trying to do and be very disciplined in terms of that.
We know so far the reaction from Iran is that they've sort of dismissed this economic D-Day as a diversion. So are they looking at this as a serious threat to them? I'll give you a final thought on that.
Well, I think they have to look at this as a serious threat. 17 of the top 20 leaders in the regime are former IRGC, so they're pretty hardcore. They're going to try to ride this out. But the idea here is with this pressure, this is going to put more pressure on the population. That's the soft underbelly here, and they're going to have to respond to that at some particular point.
Yeah, as we do look at some of the hits that they have been taking to their economy throughout. General, always appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good to be with you.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.